A man is in custody tonight after exposing himself at an Appleton apartment building. Officers responded to the 1600 block of East Harding Drive about 5:30 this morning for a report of a man attempting to enter several apartments while exposing himself in the hallway. When police arrived, 37-year-old Jonathan Loop forced his way into an unlocked apartment and jumped from the second-story balcony in an attempt to escape. He was arrested and taken to a nearby hospital for a significant foot injury. After he was cleared, he was taken to the Calumet County Jail on multiple counts, including disorderly conduct, criminal trespass, and lewd and lascivious behavior.